Offensively, I don't think we got too much power, but we got some guys who are capable of hitting some moves out of the park, which is fine with me. I mean, I think that home runs is something that you know you're not gonna hit. I mean, you're not gonna go to home plate and say I'm gonna hit a home run and hit it like Baby Ruth. It's not gonna happen. But like I said, we got some guys got some pop, that gonna hit some balls out of the park. But at least the guys can put the ball in play, and that's what I like, because I'm one of those guys that like to play aggressive, hit, run the bases hard, and when you put the ball in play, it's something that you can't afford to play that small baseball, running the guy over, get him in, not strike out too much. So I think that's just for what I saw in the spring training, that's the type of team that we have. So it's a long year. You're gonna see up and down. You're gonna see downs. Probably I'm gonna get crazy, but hey, I used to it. It happened to me last year. They're young players. They're not quite. That's the reason why they in this level, because they're not quite ready to play at a high level. So and my job is just go up there and make those guys, teach them how to play the game, and make them better play every day. So it's something that I would do that. I enjoyed to do it. I did it last year, and like I said, I think this year that for me it's going to be even a lot easier than last year, because now I know how it is, deal with players like that. Last year was my first year, and I was like in between. There was some time I was kind of frustrated, but I went through it. I survived, and I took the team all the way to the finals. So I think that with this year for me it's going to be a lot easier. And like I said, it's just one year experience, and hopefully I get those guys, together, and they can be consistent and play, having them up there healthy all year for 148.
You feel a step ahead this year because of your experience last year?
Well, actually, yeah, because even though I'm back on the same league, but had the idea how ballparks, deal with the players from high school, come to the pro career, dealing with it every day, in and out field. So something that I was a player, but I wasn't. I was doing one thing, which was to just make sure that I be on time to the field and go up there and play 9 innings hard. But now I'm a manager, so I'm responsible for 25 guys. So I'm different, and I have to make sure that those guys are healthy, they do the right job. They're here not only do the right job, but they're also working hard. And it's something that it's not easy. But like I said, I went through it last year, and I survived, and I'm looking forward to do it again. So hopefully this year they'll have to go through a lot of hard times like I did last year.
Max Fried is obviously a big arm. They took him 7th overall in the draft last year. So what have you seen from him, and what is his potential like as a pitcher?
Fried is one of those guys that, for the little thing that I saw him in spring training, is one of those kids that really cares about his every time he get the ball in his mouth and in the mount. So the guy is he's a hard worker. He takes serious his business, and he's the guy that like all young kids, sometimes they take everything too hard. And which is good, because he really cares when you do bad. So, but and that's something that's going to happen. So we have to deal with him. You have to know how to deal with your, frustration and stuff like that, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But it's one of those guys that have to keep an eye on him, make sure that keep him fresh and healthy all year round. He's a kid that he's for his size he's mid-90s, good changeup. I think the best pitch is a breaking ball. But he's a guy that, for high school kids, it looks like he's maturing. Like he's been pitching there for a lot of years. He knows what he's doing in the mound, and I'm happy to have him in my team.
Is there a guy that you faced maybe in the majors that he reminds you of? 6'4", lefty.
It's let me see, probably. Well, Randy was 6'7", so I mean, it's no way close to Randy Johnson. But I can say he was pretty much close to a guy like Chris Haney. I faced Chris Haney when he was with the Expos in Kansas City. Mark Burley, I think he reminded me of Mark Burley. Only he throw harder than Burley, but he's a guy that he pitch fast. He throws strikes always around the play, and he's one of those type of guys that I think that he can be up there with Mark Burley.
When you take a look at just this pitching staff as a whole, 4 first-rounders or supplemental picks, do you feel like that's going to be the strength of this team and carry you guys early on?
Definitely. I think that's it's nice to have one of those, type of arm like that. I mean, we're gonna be using the 6 rotation man. Out of 6, we're gonna have those 3 guys, Eflin, Freed, and Wickel. But also we got Justin Hancock, who was here last year in the beginning. Also we're gonna have Cabrera, who was in the year last year. We're gonna be using probably Ruben Mejia, who was a pitcher here last year. And then the bullpen will be pretty deep. We got some guys who can go multiple innings, and we got guys who can go 3 or 4 innings. We're probably gonna be using sometimes, probably every 4 days, we're gonna be using a backup guy with the starter. So everything just to see how it goes in the first week of the season, because that's something you have to consider about weather-wise. Cold, probably gonna be rain now, snow. So something that you're probably gonna be just keep eyeing on those guys, and also you get pitching minimum, inning minimum in those guys. So, but I think that pitching-wise should be fine. But I think our defense has to play good defense behind those guys. So that way, that's the only way they can make even our pitching staff even better. Because as a pitcher, when you got guys behind you that can make the play for you, you don't have to go out there and try to strike everybody out. So you go out there and play, just try to get some people out, trust in your defense, and that's how you win some games. So I think that definitely we got better team than last year about defensively. Pitching-wise, we are kind of close to it, but we'll see how it goes in 140 days. So I'm not coming here for 140. I'm coming here for at least 150. So I'm kind of in the playoffs. So, and that's what I've been told those guys. We're not here for play regular season. We go away to the postseason. So. So hopefully that's the case, and we're here for it, and I can't wait to see some start.
Do you have an opening day starter?
Yeah, Joe Ross. It's another guy that was here in the beginning last year, so Joe is going to be our opening day. I'm not quite sure who's going to be the second one, so we just got to talk to Bert Houghton, who's his pitching coach. He's not going to be here with us until Wednesday, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably that if I don't mistake, it's Joe Ross for sure, and I think it's going to be Freed on the second game. So we don't know how it's going to be the rest of the starting rotation.